Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Spiritual Transformer. So, today I just want to rant a bit, not really much of a script here. I just want to talk about a movie that I saw recently. The movie is called Perfect Days, and I believe it came out in 2023. It's pretty much a Japanese movie. It's set in Japan, Tokyo, and it's voiced entirely in Japanese. All the main cast are in Japanese as well. But I do believe the director is a Westerner. I think he's German, but I'm not sure. I just want to talk about this movie because it kind of had an effect on me. So, for those who aren't familiar, Perfect Days is a 2023 movie that basically stars a Japanese man. He's an older man, probably a bit above middle age, and his job is basically to just go around to all the various public toilets and clean them. It's not an action-packed movie. It's kind of like an '80s movies that I've seen. It's the pace is kind of slow, and the movie is not for everybody. But if you're interested in seeing a down to earth slice of life drama that has does have some stuff happen, well, I do recommend this one. But more than that, it really triggers some thinking. Watching this movie has it really forces you to put the thinking caps on. But this in this movie, that kind of didn't happen to me, and I'm all the better for it. So, Perfect Days is about a Japanese man, who goes around washing various toilets. I'm not going to spoil the movie too much, but suffice it to say, it's really a slice of life movie, and you see him go about his day for about just a bit under 2 weeks, I think. And in this 2 weeks, he just every day he just wakes up, gets in his car after buying a can of coffee, and he goes scrubs toilets. And he has a couple of days off, and you see what he does on his days off as well. Now, it's the movie isn't just about his day. The movie isn't just about him washing toilets. I mean, he also takes photography. He pretty much photographs the same tree every day. He's got pretty much like the same routine almost every day. When he gets back home, he reads books. In the morning, when he wakes up, he waters his plants. And I think that's part of the point of the movie, is just to see his day to day. Now, that doesn't mean nothing happens. A lot of stuff happens, actually. And the stuff that happens really makes you want to think. Like, what does this scene mean? What does this particular dialogue represent? And mostly it's kind of like what exactly happens at the end. I'm not going to spoil anything, but for those of you who've watched the movie, you know the end is just the end. It's kind of ambiguous, and wow, there's no there's a defining moment, but it's hard to say what it defines. I mean, at the core, Perfect Days is really just a slice of life movie. It's just life. It doesn't really have a beginning and doesn't really have an end. It's just literally a slice of life out of this guy's about 2 weeks. And these kind of movies I really enjoy because in the past, I'm the kind of guy who really wants to go in and examine certain things and talk about it with other people. I can talk about it with my wife in this case. She watched the movie with me, and we can go and like in depth and say this happened in this scene, so he must be feeling this way. The main character, does he really like washing toilets? Is he really not lonely? Is he really satisfied with his life? I mean, the movie really paints a picture, but it's really up to you to fill it in. And those are usually the things that I do with movies like this. Just try to fill in the blanks with all the clues. And it works great for like murder mysteries, detective movies, thrillers. And yeah, slice of life too. It works. I mean, you really want to put some thought into it to like try to decode what happens in this movie because a lot of things happen. You just don't know what it means. And filling in that meaning is part of the fun. Except in Perfect Days, I didn't actually feel the need to. It's really, really weird. If anything, Perfect Days kind of taught me, or maybe had me practice, acceptance and non judgment. Like, it's really easy to look at some of the stuff that he does. Like, why did he say, give money to this certain person? And you could sort of form a judgment or an impression based on that. But I find the fun of the movie is just watching it, going through it, and just feeling it. Like, just accepting what's happened without analyzing it. And I kind of did that mostly throughout the movie. And at the end, when it got to that really ambiguous scene, I felt I didn't really feel a need to analyze it. I didn't really feel a need to project onto it or judge the scene. I mean, the beauty of Perfect Days is that they there is no narrator. There is no narration. There is no inner monologue. What you see is what you get. It's what you see is written all over the actor's face, and he's amazing, by the way. All the actors are amazing, and what you see is just what the actors do when they play out that character. That's all. That's all the clues you have. And I find normally it would be fun to me if I take all these clues and try to piece together what happened, how the main character feels, and all that. But in this case, I found that to be counterintuitive. So when the ending came, oh man, I wish I can spoil it, but I can't. But when the ending came, where everything is ambiguous and all you see, literally, is the acting, I found it rather profound and beautiful because I'm just letting it wash over me. I'm not really projecting. I'm not really judging. I'm not really trying to analyze it. I find the final scene where you just see the guy act to be one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Because it's just so human and heartfelt. And it's just so there. It's just so present that I think if I were to cast any sort of projection onto it, it would ruin the entire moment. I don't want to even pretend to know what the character is thinking at the time, because I think that would ruin the scene. It would just put something unnecessary that didn't need to be in the scene. The scene is all acting. The final scene is just all acting and music, and it was very profound. And I think I kind of learned something from it, because in real life, it's, you don't get that inner monologue either. You don't know what the other person is thinking. You don't know what is motivating that person, unless you know them really well, I guess. But for most people, you just have no idea what their inner monologue is like. So this movie, it's kind of like, it's good training, I guess, for me, because I just let the final scene wash over me without getting too judgy about it and without projecting myself onto it. And I'm hoping I can do that in real life, like see somebody out there, see their face, and just absorb that without getting into the nitty gritty, like asking, like, how is this person really feeling? How is this? Maybe it's good to know how they feel, but maybe I should just watch and observe first. Just let other people, act their way, and see if I could just maintain a sense of neutrality, a sense of non-judgment. Maybe throw out a bit of compassion, maybe if necessary. But yeah, Perfect Days really, I love it because it's the whole movie to me. If I could project anything onto this movie, I think it's just one big lesson on acceptance. I mean, the main character has to accept his life. same as the viewer has to accept the main character's life, you know? So yeah, I think Perfect Days, the movie, really has a lesson here about non-judgment and acceptance. And I think that's why I feel the need to talk about it, because I just felt it so profoundly. And well, that's it. I don't think I want to rant anymore. I think I've done enough. So if you enjoyed this, hit the like button, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.